we'll go through our teams for the game. We know Alisson will be in goal. We've touched a little bit on the centre-backs. We touched a little bit on Tsimikas earlier on. Who are you going to pick for your back four for this one?
Alisson would have to go in goal, I think. I know, right back Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, and I'd still go Robertson, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think Robertson comes back in for this one. Ghosty, is Robertson in your team, and what are you doing with the centre-backs as well?
Yeah, it's a clean sweep on the Robertson front. I've been a little bit surprised by the strength of feeling towards how Tsimikas has to play and Robertson mustn't. Quite recently, I think people are, okay, he's done well this season, Tsimikas, but I think people are getting a little bit, perhaps a bit carried away by a small sample size based across 4 years of Andy Robertson being one of the best left-backs in Europe. But yeah, I'm playing Robertson. I'm playing Matip as well. So Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk and Robertson.
And Joe, your defence and your thoughts on the left-back as well. I think maybe the Robertson thing, there is a little bit of tiredness in there, but if there's ever a game that you want him, it's maybe a game like this one.
Yeah, I agree with Ghosty. I do think there's been a lot made. You know, I've sung his praises before, and I do think he's played very well this season. But I think there's been a bit too much made of like Costas must play ahead of Robertson. You know, I don't go along with that. And I think, you know, from just watching the game the other night, in the first half, especially, you could see that Oxlade-Chamberlain was in Tsimikas' ear quite a lot. You know, and you could sort of tell, I think, that he's still got a bit of work to do in this Liverpool team in terms of defensively, you know, his positioning and whatnot. I just think Robertson is far more advanced in that. And I think, you know, I think he's just like the sexy new thing, isn't he? Tsimikas, he's come in this season, he's playing very well, set up a few goals. And Robertson's been there, you know, what, five years now. So I think that's all it is. But Robertson's, you know, for me, he's an automatic pick when he's fit, you know, for most big games, and that's why he'd be in my team this week. Konate, yeah, I just think watching him against Brighton and a few times and getting caught out of position, I'm not sure it's the right time now for him to play. So I'd keep Matip in. I think he played very well the other night. Doyley made a good point. I thought he was very good against Burnley. So Matip for me, alongside Van Dijk and Trent.
Yeah, clean sweep then across the goalkeeper and the defence. We'll move into the midfield. I think for me, Doyley, it's Thiago, Fabinho and Henderson. We don't see that trio too often, and probably seems a little bit harsh on Oxlade-Chamberlain, but which three are you going to go for?
We don't see it too often, and we won't see it because it's going to be Henderson, Fabinho and Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Definitely no Thiago?
100% not Thiago.
100%. Ghosty, are you in agreement?
Yes, but I wouldn't be shocked if Thiago is played. I think these are our teams, aren't we? And I thought Thiago looked a little bit rusty, actually. I think there was one period where he dwelled on a little bit too much, dawdled, looking for the pass, got dispossessed, and that let's go with right in behind Liverpool's defence. You know, I'd give him the full benefit of a couple of weeks, or at least a week, because I think they've got next week off. But full week's training at the AXA week after next, and maybe get him back in for Arsenal, but I'd have Oxlade-Chamberlain starting on Sunday again, yeah.
And Oxlade-Chamberlain for you as well, Joe. I know obviously the big pitch at the London Stadium tends to play into his hands a little bit, I'd say.
Yeah, I think, you know, if he hadn't played so well in midweek and you know, West Ham wasn't a factor, I might have been tempted to put Thiago in. I think he was a bit unlucky in that moment, Ghosty. I think that was just a case of him. You know, Liverpool were 2-0 up, pretty much cruising against a side with 10 men. And I think he did dawdle just because he had so much time on the ball. He was sort of looking around. I think in a different situation, he wouldn't have done that. So I'd have been tempted to play him in. But I think it's one of them, isn't it, where Liverpool, if they can get a couple of goals up or a goal up, you can bring Thiago on and maybe settle the midfield down. So, yeah, I'd go with Oxlade-Chamberlain. Fabinho just has to play. And Henderson's energy will be needed. So, yeah, that's what I'd go with.
Yeah, I thought Henderson was very good actually midweek as well. Yeah. Not always been the case this season, but excellent on Wednesday. And the front three, Doyle, I'm sure we're probably going to agree on this one, given that Roberto Firmino is missing. Is it going to be Mane, Jota and Salah by any chance?
No, it's not. It's not, and I'll tell you why. Because there's a certain somebody who started the last 2 games at West Ham, and they won them both. Do you know who it is?
Origi.
It's Origi. So I think Origi's going to play. I think Origi, Salah, and Mane.
I knew when I said that you agree you were going to change something, but I didn't suspect it might be that.
I've not changed a lot. I did the piece this morning saying, look, Origi, was it this morning? I think it was this morning, yeah. Saying Origi's played the last 2. In the same way I think Oxlade-Chamberlain will play because of what Joe said before. He's got a good record there. So I think that's, all right. Obviously, Jota's probably going to play, but I would not be surprised if Origi played. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah. Ghosty, which one are you going to go with?
Yeah, again, a bit like Doyle, I wouldn't be completely shocked if Origi did start or Minamino, but I think the sensible option is to play Jota, Mane and Salah, isn't it?
And Joe, just to finish us off, I thought Minamino actually did okay for his time on the pitch. That was in midfield, though, midweek. Probably not too much of a chance of us seeing him on Sunday, I wouldn't have thought.
No, I don't think so. I think Origi is the option if they go with one different. Remind me, Doyle, who did you put him in for then in your
No Jota.
No Jota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I kind of get, where Doyley's coming from, but I just think Jota, he just gets goals, doesn't he? He's a threat. And yeah, I've got to keep Jota in because he's just got that knack at the moment. Gets goals, seems to be very good in the air, very clever, gets himself to good positions. And I just think he enhances Liverpool's threat when he's in that front three. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Jota. And don't forget, Salah's on a massive goal drought. He's not scored in 2 games. So Liverpool need goals in that front three. So, yeah.
Are you worried about him, Joe?
Oh, God, massively. You know what? He's so hungry for goals, isn't he, Salah? Like on the last sort of half an hour on the game on Wednesday, he just got so greedy, didn't he? Because he just wanted his goal. And fair play to him. I love that about Salah. Is people have a go at him for being greedy, but for me, it just shows like, all the same. Messi's the same, Ronaldo's the same. They want their goal, don't they? And Salah was like, we're winning here. I'm getting a goal. And he just, every single time he got the ball, he was running at them, trying to work his way into a shooting position. And was a bit unlucky in the first half at that just brilliant touch and turn and shot all in one movement. So, yeah, no, I'm not too worried about Salah yet, but I might get worried if he goes another game because then it'll be like 3 weeks without a goal, which would be very worrying.
Yeah, highly unusual for Mohamed Salah. I'm going to back him, though, in our match predictions to score for Liverpool. But I did say 2-2 midweek, and I got that one wrong. But I'm going to go for 1 each this time, Doyley. It's a difficult game to predict. We don't quite know how Liverpool or how West Ham might play. But what do you think it might be? Do you think Liverpool will go there and win, or will West Ham get something?
All right, I know West Ham won at United in the League Cup. And I know that they beat Man City, but that was on pens. But whenever they played anybody decent over the past 18 months, 2 years, under David Moyes, they've kind of plopped it, haven't they? So I do wonder. But the only difference is that, like when they played Liverpool last season, they were totally defensive and got beat 3-1 at home. But I do wonder now if they play them, they'll have more confidence to actually have a go at attacking Liverpool. So that's the concern for me, is that what in the past would have probably been seen as a positive for Liverpool, teams coming at them. I think if West Ham do that might cause them a few problems. So, in short, I think Liverpool still win 2-1.
Interesting. Ghosty, you back in Liverpool as well?
Yeah, do you know what? I think it'll be 3-0, but I don't think it's going to be a game that will sound like Liverpool have hammered them. I think we might get an early goal and then it'll be quite tight until maybe 75 minutes, and then the second, and then maybe a late third, very late third. But yeah, I'm back in Liverpool to win this one. Yeah.
Joe, you mentioned before you were going to go full Ian Doyle for your prediction. Well, Doyley's gone for a win, so are you going for a win as well?
Do you know what? Ian Doyle's just convinced me maybe that I'm wrong. But I mean, he's right, isn't he? They're a funny one, West Ham, because they're one of those teams that every year, whenever Liverpool go there, I think, oh, this is going to be a tough one. And then Liverpool just seem to comfortably win. So, and when they do play big teams, they quite often come unstuck. So it's difficult. I just fancy it. I think it's going to be a draw. I think 1-1, 2-2. I can see goals. I can see it being one of them where we all come out of it afterwards. There's been a few of them recently, hasn't there, with Liverpool, where we go, why did Liverpool give away such and such a goal and drop points in that game? And I just got that sneaky feeling it could be 2-2, something like that, where Liverpool concede a late goal for a set piece and throw away a couple of points. So sorry to be so negative, but yeah, West Ham got soft spot. I won the Champions League with West Ham once.
It's not real. It's not real.
Yeah, well,
Joe. It's not real.
It was to me. Supat Rungratsumi scored in the last minute against Juventus. So
not that you've remembered
I want to get that in there.
Did you want us to do 1-2-5 on that? Yeah.
You could do. It was a hell of a game for West Ham. 0-0 deep into stoppage time, and Supat Rungratsumi.
Sum up your emotions after that game, Joe. Sum up your emotions after that game.
I was. This is going back because he came on for Jermaine Defoe, so that's how far we're going back. But I jumped around my mum and dad's box room with joy when that late goal went in. It was a wonderful moment. Yeah.
Was he from Thailand? I seem to remember him.
He was from Thailand.
Yeah.
Got him. He was 6. You could get him when he was 16 from I think it was from Portsmouth. Bring him in. Yeah. And I trained him up, and that season he really came through. And eventually we sold Defoe in the summer. We sold him. We didn't need him anymore. Wished him well. He'd been great for me, but always have a good relationship with him. But Supat came in and scored from there. But anyway, there we go. So my prediction is 2-2.
Anyway, so yeah, whoever wins on Sunday, Joe Rimmer will be happy. But we'll have all of the build-up and reaction to the West Ham game across the Echo, Liverpool.com and the Blood Red channel. For now, though, that's all we've got time for. Thanks for watching and for listening, and goodbye for now.